What's going on, guys? Really quick, here's what I'm talking about. Losing weight, calories, it's the most important thing. And here is gonna be the circle, okay? So this is gonna represent your daily calorie intake and or expenditure. So you as a person. So let's pretend this is you. No, I'm not gonna say this is you. This is represents calories for the day, okay? This would be your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. And this consists of a few things. Number one is your BMR. What is your BMR? This is the one you see at like the doctor's office, which you think is the calories you need every day. No, it's the calories you need every day to do nothing. It's the calories you need every day to lay in bed, in a hospital bed, motionless, and sleep. Right? It's what makes your lungs work, your organs work. Obviously, the lungs is an organ. Your breathing patterns, any type of things like that. Right? Just if you were to lay down and go to sleep, that's what you need those calories for every single time. Now, on top of that, you have activity level, which is what you all do, right? We all work out. So we have activity level. So activity level, depending on if you strength train, do you do classes, how many calories a day, are you tracking when you put it up on Instagram, things of that nature, right? So that is your, right there, your activity level. Now you have your thermogenic effect of food, or thermic effect of food, which means the calories you burn for the type of foods that you eat. So if I eat so if you didn't know this, mastication, which means chewing, digestion, when it's a simpler processed food, that's why they say stay away from processed food. It's not really because of a spike of insulin, and it's just you also don't burn as many calories, right? Your body, and it's proven fact, there's human randomized control trials that put out tested people that ate processed food versus whole foods, and the ones that ate whole foods significantly burnt more calories just by digestion. So choosing the right foods like whole foods versus processed foods, and that's why they say it, because your body actually uses that energy to do so, right? Bang, bang, bang. And now NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which means twitching, blinking, yeah. And they say that people that are fidgety and twitch a lot are actually a lot leaner than the normal obese human being. So making sure that you have your NEAT. So again, this is your NEAT activity, and this is thermogenesis. All that said, these are all the calories you need per day. Do you want to know why this is important to your fitness goals? Is because say you have a 2,000, because we're used to like 1,200 calories, right? And that's like the number that's put into the world. Do you know how much, do you want to know the regulatory calorie intake for a 6-year-old girl should be? 1,200 calories. 6-year-old girl. 6. That's my daughter. 1,200 calories per day. And most of us are doing the same thing because in 1987, right, they put it out there that this is what is the standard, whatever, is the standard calorie intake that everybody, and that's why everyone's obese, because everyone thinks 1,200 calories is it, but you're not. We become fat storing machines. Not because the world is trying to kill us. It's not because the GMO and this, sure, those are a fraction of the problem, a fraction. This is a non-GMO bottle, I think. I don't know if it is or not. But if I'm worried about if I'm drinking water from this, but I drink old fashions 2 times a week, come on. This versus actual poison going into your body, I like old fashions, guys. I do like alcohol. But if I'm gonna worry about this versus other things that I can control, like what type of shitty food I'm putting into my life, I eat fast food, like, versus this, come on. We all know there's chemicals that we can't even read in many of the things that we have, right? So you have to stop putting labels on things and fear-mongering stuff, and this is the right way, and this is the wrong way. There is no good food. There is no bad food. Food is food, right? It's how efficient is it for your goal? Okay, there's tons of research of people that did flexible dieting or even IYFM, whatever, if it fits your macros, which is back in like 2000, these bodybuilders would eat whatever they want as long as they fit their macros. And they're eating Pop-Tarts and Fruity Pebbles and this and that. And they did lose body fat, but if you looked at their faces, they looked terrible, right? Their skin was terrible. Their body looked terrible. They're leaner, but they're just the other things, but the vibrancy about them, they look dead to me, honestly, anyone that did it. So anyway, when saying that, We were taught about 1,200 calories, even 1,500 calories for like men. Well, that's way too low because that might be your BMR, right? So like, let's say, for instance, your BMR is 1,200 calories. And that's just for you, like I said, just for you to live, right? And do nothing. Live. Now let's put on, say, 500 calorie deficit of working out. Let's say another 200 calories for mastication or digestion, and then your NEAT will be another 300 calories, right? So that, with that said, that's 1,200 plus, we gotta do some quick math here. That is 1,000 and 2,200 calories. Well, that's not bad. Good job, Pete. 2,200 calories per day that you need to maintain the weight you have. Now we talk about deficits, and this is where we lose it. Okay, deficit. Depending on the person, they say, well, I guess I have to lose weight, so I have to be at minus 500 on high. That's usually a high mark. Minus 500 calories per day. That'll equal whatever the fuck that number is going to be. 1,600? I don't know. I don't want to do math. Okay? 1,550. It's 1,550 per day. Maybe. Think about that. Now you're going to jump on a diet that puts you right to there. But here's the mistake. Most people don't even know where they started. Okay? And this is why you have to figure that out. This is why you have to log. You have to know. You have to be aware of where you're at presently. Because if I was going to give you, say this is your chart, right? And you needed 2,200 calories, but all of a sudden I just put you into a deficit of 55, but you were never even eating this much to begin with, your body's not going to do anything with that. Right? And that's why they call it reverse dieting. For most of us, don't eat enough food. Right? And if you kind of log your stuff in, you're going to realize that you don't. But you only think about the bigger things you did like Friday night and Saturday, and so, which make a big difference in the total week of things. But from day to day, do you actually eat the amount that you're supposed to be eating in order to maintain the person that you are presently? So like that said, how am I going to build a sculpture? Say with this, we'll put a stick. Looks like a piece of shit, by the way. How am I going to build a sculpture out of that? I can't. I just can make a hot dog, right? I got to start adding calories to it. So I got to add some calories, add some calories, add some calories, add some calories, until I finally get to the mold or the amount of mass that I need in order to lose this weight in the middle, right? And then make it more a shapely form. I don't know if that made sense to anybody. But if you're not hitting this number in the beginning for what you're designated supposed to do, as this is the world, right? That you're scientifically, this is your BMR plus your expenditures per day, which equals your total daily. If you're not starting with a clean slate and you only have half a slate, how are you supposed to lose more slate? And if, say, you're supposed to be here and you only, let's take this out, you only eat, say, 1,200 calories per day, what am I going to do? The only way for you to lose weight is to eat less than that, right? Let's take away 500 from that. That's 700 calories. Do you want to eat 700 calories? I could eat 700 calories in one meal. But that's the only way it's going to work. And that's why we reverse diet, right? That's what they call it, reverse dieting, or recomp, back, I forget, I call it reverse dieting. So building yourself back up to the total daily. That's what we were trying to do in the fall, especially with the holiday season. That's why I don't want you to worry too much about all that stuff. It's like, let's slowly build that clay, right? In order to sculpt what we need to for the spring and the summer to come. Because this is when it's the most important part. I don't care about now, right? Build the habits now so we have a great future coming ahead, right? Build the habits now so it's not hard in February. That's why we're doing it. But if you don't see that or accept that, this is real. Like, this is it. This is the equation that most people look for, but they don't want to accept it. Because I can't eat that much food. You can, right? It just takes time. And you don't have to do it for a long time, because I don't want you to be there. I want to get you to your total daily energy expenditure, which you're probably not hitting because maybe you probably don't eat as much. And then from there, we could start putting you into a slower deficit that makes sense. And keeping the muscle that you built in the last couple months and not just losing it for a number on the scale. I would rather you be 5 pounds lighter, but change 3 pairs of fucking wardrobes. Right? But most of us would rather lose 20 pounds and still be in the same clothes. You know, loose and not fun. Which one would you rather be? That's the question. Hopefully that made sense. I'm going to stop there because I start to get really angry when I talk about this stuff. So I'm very passionate about this shit, just so you know. Like, you may be passionate about My Little Pony. I don't know what it is you're passionate about, but I'm very passionate about this shit. So if you have any questions, comment, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right? Have a great weekend. If you have any more, you need more explanation of this bullshit, please let me know.